Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm playing with Christie's Beautiful Life 30 Days Sketches Series 15. This is day 4 by Jessica Michaels, and I'm going to get started right away with my cardstock and some embossing powder and the stencil. The stencil has that pie shape in it, and I'm just going to use what I want from it. And so I figured I'd do it in embossing because why not? So I used a dauber sponge and my embossing ink and then just dabbed it through. I could have used the whole ink pad, but I didn't really need to do that much for it. And so I'm also using my tray underneath. I'm going to use this old paintbrush that doesn't really do me too much good to get rid of some of it because I didn't use the anti-static pouch. And then already going to put some heat on it. So I did notice that there was a few that could have had a little bit more embossing ink on it. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put it back on my table. I'm going to use my embossing powder tool, only time, because I forget to do it the second time. And then I'm just going to add some more ink on the places where I think it probably needs a little bit more. And this is super easy to line up, so that made that super quick to do. And then just adding it all around so I can get it on there. And heat gun again. So that gives me the one part, and then I'm just going to rotate it. I'm going to use the same part of the stencil, and I'm just going to use part of the stencil to do this upper corner. But because the center is pretty easy to line up, it makes it super easy. Super easy. And then you can see where I didn't use my tool this time again. And look at all those fingerprints that, I don't know, was what it was. So I'm just going to dust it all off. It doesn't have to be perfect because it does get a mixed media feel to it. And I don't mind a bit of the splatter of embossing powder, I guess. But I didn't want huge pieces that wasn't going to work. So getting the heat tool on this, and the embossing will be done here right away. So that was a really quick way to get some background parts on my paper without using some pattern paper. So I love this tray because it has a spout here, and then I just dump my embossing back in there. I put the lid on, use a wet wipe and wipe it out and wipe my mat. And then all of it goes right back in this tin so I know where it's at. And even the dauber sponge because I can use it. And so I pulled out my Dana Weekly scribble sticks, and I'm going to use the pink and the orange and the yellow. I have no idea what I'm going to put on this for picture yet, so I'm literally just playing and having some fun. So I tried it without water first, and I should have started it with water, but it's okay. Not a big deal. It's not, that one's not my favorite pie part of this one, but after I get the photo and stuff on it, it looks really good, so it's not a big deal. And then on Jessica Michaels' sketch, she has the colors going across kind of from each other. She's got 4. I've got, it's going to look like 4 spots, but I'm only going to do the 3 colors, and those ones went right across. I think they're supposed to be kitty corner to each other, but it's okay. This is what I did. And so now I'm adding water down before I use the scribble sticks, and then using it in the water, which I like a lot more. And then just keep adding water. If I was going to do this page again, which I probably will because I have another picture to do of this with them on the swing that you'll see in a second, that is going to be from my other daughter's book. So I'll probably do the exact same thing because it was easy and it didn't take me very long, and it'll take me even less time because if I do it almost the same, it means less thinking. So I did dry that with my heat gun, and I did skip forward in that a bit because that was a lot of drying. It was very wet. If I did it again too, or when I do it again, I'll probably use some mixed media paper instead of just regular cardstock. I think those scribble sticks would go on a little bit better if I did that as well. Just smearing some color in. I have some water on my mat there, putting the crayon into it, or the scribble stick, and then doing some splatter. And so I'm going to do all 3 colors the same way, and I'm using a teeny tiny paintbrush, which gives me pretty small splatter, which I'm pretty happy with. So just dabbing those off, putting that away. And now this part is done. On the top of her sketch, she had a scalloped bit on the top right corner. So I'm looking at different things in my black and white bin that I could use for that. So I have some stickers and some different things. So I pulled out a few things. I thought maybe those pictures, but no, I don't want to use those ones. So I put this one on, and I'm going to take this one off in a minute because I don't really like it. So it is what it is. I'm going to go get some pictures. So I pulled out a few that I can try, some camping, but I'm going to use this one of my kiddos. The girls are mine, and then my nephew. And this was at a park, and they were on the tiger swing, and what a cute photo. So I have 2 that are almost exactly the same. My youngest looks good in both of them. My oldest has a funny look on her face in one of them. So she'll get the one where she looks good, and the other kiddo will probably get the other one. These were not pictures that I printed. I think my mom printed them. So if my mom still has them, she could print me a new one that's where all 3 of them are nice. But if not, that's okay too. My mom watches my videos, so there's a hint, Mom. So I'm just matting my picture in white black. I'm not giving too much of a border. My photo ended up being 4 1/4 by 4, so it's not quite square, but it is what it is. So I'm just making sure that that border is the same all the way around. There's my head in the way, and then I want this at an angle, because why not? And that's when I decided I didn't like that one, and I don't like that one, and the scallop's going to go underneath the photo instead. But because of the way the sketchy is, the sketchy part of this border is, I'm going to scuff up the edges and cut off the one side so it doesn't have the end piece, because I wanted them to look the same on both sides, and just snuck it up underneath, and that looks good. I'm going to use this Yay for today, even though this is the only blue that ends up on my page and the only green. I think it works just fine. And then looking for some other stuff to put on here. I don't want that stuff. This create your own adventure would kind of work, but I was thinking more for like camping or something, so I'm not going to use that one. And so I pulled out this Simple Stories, and so I'm going to use that one that says Note to Self. I'm going to use this one that says Remember This Always, and then this pink. And so this pink I'm going to sneak underneath on both sides, except that was a little hard to do with this one, so I'm going to pull that one out. And probably will have to put some glue underneath that, but I haven't done that yet, but I should. And then I have some butterflies left in here, so I'm going to use this orange one on the orange, which is super cute. And I'm just going to use a little bit of foam to tack their wings up just a little bit, so that it gives a little bit of dimension on this one. And then I decided I'm going to use the white one too, because why not? And I did put some dimension underneath it, but I didn't like how it was sitting over top of that chipboard piece, so I am going to pull it off here in a little bit, but it's on for now. I'm going to do a quick look to see if there's anything else I want in here, and there isn't. I'm actually quite happy with that, so I'm going to do my journaling kind of where Jessica has her title go. And so my journaling says, you all love to go to the park and play. This was when we were at Grand's. I should have said Grand and Papa's, but sorry, Papa. The tire swing was always a favorite. I hope you all remember these fun times playing at the park without a care in the world. Love these big smiles. And so I tried to like put the stencil there to give myself a better line, but it does get a little flat. But oh well, it is what it is. I would have liked it a little bit more if it hadn't been so flat at that top corner, but you probably only notice it because I'm saying so. I don't think anybody will probably say anything about it or anything like that. I'm going to use these American Craft stickers. At least I think they're American Craft and spell out smile. So my title could be Yay for Today or Smile. Either one works. And that is it already. So here it is close up. If you liked my video today, I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, it would be great to have you here. There's some close-ups. Oh, I like how that looks. That pink on that butterfly is not a splatter I did. It's one of the sticker ones, and it looks like it was perfect. So, yeah, lots of fun. There'll also be some other videos coming up here and a playlist. So, hopefully you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you being here. Have a great day.